And na de Ghana for eniji sem na aba no. Communication Minister Yera Sam George. Ghana for born. Etwe no kan ye hia asem to no so efa data bundle ane boa ye den ho no. Ogacha ye se yentwen no de hyehyeye no ebeba begu akwam. Ode hyehyeye pa aba begu akwam ama na de Ghana for ye ni agiye pa. Na emu nchemu ene Kafaba Media ye de eba beso mu. Ti ebesem na ma subscribe page no. I like video. Sa share comment amaye. Send ye the update bi aba mo nsa betumi akabi. Ebe some weeks bi mu ni na Yera Sam George ye communication minister de ebi afa no ho papa eja afa no ho na Ghana for soja gu ni chema ma otena kra na ntena na ye sugu ni so ese data bundles nsem ne bo aye den pa ekanka ne ye na da bia ye ti YouTube edi dwuma no na ye bre papa bundle no o ye ni na hwom na akroma de ko e ma ne ye sugu ni so e boni tiri so be na opani sorry o na ye communication minister fa na esi form bramo na nya sa da ye ewu Emma se wo ranting ten fidie so a ebi mkotwe bo madwene ma na ene ono so ba reply wo pan wa no yi asumbu mu ama na afa kwa de ye se o mu Ghana for fa ye nya hwe ene ensem bebre na na ye ka edigu ni so ni nyina enam data bundle ni yesu se ne bo den no ama akrakra hye ye furu mu ponim se na ye no kre data bundle na ne bo den o twani na hwem wo ya gege kra ho jai ugboru a YouTube a hwem view one update ahwem na bando na san amma na chese enya asem ketua na enrada na communication minister of friends am chefo nhia mu ene MTN mpanifo Telecel mpanifo ene AirtelTigo mpanifo mu edi ahia mu na ehono mu na wade nhyehyɛ afoforo agu akwam afa data bundle no increasement abamu ene sene bundle no data bundle no masi a increase eye bundle ni mu na chese enya asem ketua Ghana for ye ni agiye pa gege no se na wo fama enei omo apija mu ama ebe start on the 1st July na sa bundle ya na se sa data bundle hyehyeye ebe sha ase ama adidwuma na moma yenkwatie Yera Sam George ensem odi tu dwanomra.
We are gathered here today on a matter of great national importance: the price, value, and quality of data services in our beloved country. In today's digitally connected world, access to affordable and reliable internet is no longer a luxury, but a necessity. The ministry is aware of this and has initiated a consultative process aimed at achieving a lasting approach to correcting the misalignment and distortion in the telecommunications sector over the past 8 years. Let the facts be stated clearly here. This is not a blame game, but instead setting the record straight. There has been some agitation about the cost and quality of services by mobile network operators. We inherited a sector that was in a state of comatose. This is not an allegation. The NDC handed over a sector in 2017 with 6 thriving telecom operators and 4 local BWAs offering 4G services to their Slowusu-led ministry. I have inherited a sector after 8 years that has 1 SMP, 1 loss-making MNO, and another MNO that has been brought to his knees. 3 of the MNOs no longer exist, and the 4 BWAs are dead. The sector has experienced a sharp decline in growth and investment, and the regulator has been essentially on autopilot. It is therefore shocking to see proponents of the outgone government being the loudest trumpeters of the challenges that they have created. I am told it is a carefully curated art of dark politics called Jandam. It is an attempt to create a false narrative, not based on facts, but built on distortions and aimed at disseminating disinformation. Well, let me state, that scheme has failed. I have been at post for 4 months and have set to work rigorously in collaboration with the regulator, the CEOs, and other stakeholders to fashion a clear roadmap for the systemic resolution of the challenges we inherited. I'm not interested in cosmetic fixes that merely paper over the deep cracks and create an illusion of resolution only to push the can further down the road. I have learned from the former communications minister and now president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, to embrace the challenges I am faced with, diagnose it rightly, and work towards a lasting solution. In my first month as minister, I established a 23-member data pricing review committee with a clear 14-day mandate to develop a roadmap for implementation. The committee, in its report, distinguished the three areas that we believe need to be addressed for a holistic resolution of the matter: value, pricing, and quality. I referred the report to the regulator and tasked them with crafting regulatory policies that addressed the challenges in the sector. In my second month, the regulator, after engaging with the mobile network operators, came up with proposals that curated specialized bundle solutions for tertiary students and content creators. We immediately set out to build a dynamic database for the two demographics. I held a meeting with all vice-chancellors in the country to design a framework that allowed the networks to identify which numbers were used by tertiary students. However, I took a policy decision to truncate the process and re-engage the stakeholders to achieve a broader solution that affected all Ghanaian data users. In my third month, this engagement led to a focus on the structural challenges that the networks were facing in delivering their services. As indicated earlier, we had our eyes not just on the value and pricing of data bundles, but on the quality of service delivery. I am sure that even with increased value or reduced pricing, if quality is not improved, we will still have a sour customer experience. This led to the regulator commissioning and completing an assessment of a sample size of network performance in 3G and 4G service offerings across the country, the results of which I discussed with the CEOs and the media 2 weeks ago. In my fourth month, armed with a clear picture of where we are as a sector, I tasked the CEOs to work with me to improve the quality of service and to offer enhanced data bundles. Now, let me be clear. My mandate as minister in a free market economy does not extend to interfering in the pricing by private sector investors. Just like the Minister for Trade does not have the power to direct GUTA members to drop their prices unilaterally, the Communications Minister cannot unilaterally direct price reductions. The immediate retort will be, and I am expecting it, but you accused your predecessor of being responsible for price increases. Yes, I did. The SMP toolkit is replete with several policy directions that are not direct price directives, but cumulatively have an effect on pricing. So a decision, for example, that was taken by my predecessor to have CST collected forward would, for example, result in a pricing increase. So it was not a price directive, it was a policy directive that affects pricing. Another example will be the decision to declare MTN as an SMP and implement tariff rationalization, which resulted in an effective price increase by the operator, which the customers bore. However, these actions were not adequately and properly implemented, and they led to a situation where the SMP has grown by over 10% in market share, accompanied by quality of service issues due to the network configuration and congestion. To address the quality of service issues, I presented a memorandum to the Cabinet of Ghana aimed at making spectrum available to Mrs. Scancom Ghana Limited and Ghana Telecommunication Company Limited. The process of the spectrum sale is scheduled to be completed by the end of the first week in July. In the case of Ghana Telecommunications Company Limited, known as Telecel, I have given additional policy approval for the regulator to grant a connecting entity license, enabling the operator to optimize service using the 2100 MHz spectrum at the disposal of NGIC. This should result in a significant improvement in the quality of service and customer experience in the coming weeks. I want to reiterate my commitment to an engagement-led style of leadership that involves all my stakeholders, listens to their challenges, and works to address them in a manner that benefits the entire ecosystem. We need intense competition in the sector, but it must be healthy and sustainable. I am committed to value-added data bundle offerings, and most importantly, these policy actions will culminate in price reductions in the medium to long term. However, the recovery from 8 years of mismanagement cannot be completed in 4 months. To this end, I have mandated that all operators make critical investments in their networks to improve quality over the next quarter, that is from July to September. The regulator will commence a rigorous quality of service assessment in the final quarter of the year, October to December. Reverend Franco, rigorous quality of service assessment. Defaulting operators will be sanctioned. I will also, at this point, commend the CEOs of the 3 telcos for their pledged commitment to collectively invest approximately $150 million in their networks between now and the end of the year to enhance quality of service, either by acquisition of spectrum or introduction or acquisition of new transmitters and equipment. At this juncture, I am pleased to announce that my engagement with the CEOs have resulted in the following specific measures, which are to take effect from Tuesday, 1st of July, 2025. AirtelTigo Ghana, AT Ghana. A 10% increase in all data bundles currently offered by the network. Additionally, the 400 Ghana cedi bundle, which currently offers 195 gigabytes of data, will now offer 236 gigabytes of data. Ghana Telecommunications Company Limited, Telecel. Also, a 10% increase in all data bundles currently offered by the network. Their 400 Ghana cedi bundle, which currently offers 90 gigabytes, will offer 250 gigabytes from 1st of July. Scancom Ghana Limited, MTN. A 15% increase in all data bundles currently offered by the network. And I'm pleased to announce the restoration of the 399 Ghana cedi bundle, which currently has been changed to the 350 cedi bundle that offers 92.88 gig, will henceforth be reinstated to 214 gig for 399 Ghana cedis. I am aware these increases are going to come at considerable cost to the network operators. However, I am glad that our engagements and the consultations are bearing fruit for the Ghanaian people. To the CEOs, you have my gratitude. We have pledged our continued fidelity to the people of Ghana, who are the customers of the telcos. The implementation date of 1st of July is to allow the networks to recalibrate and reconfigure their systems to reflect the agreed upon value increases. The regulator, NCA, is directed to ensure they monitor strict implementations of this directive from 1st of July. Where failure applies, sanctions should be applied. The changes on MTN are steeper than the 2 other operators, but this is as a result of MTN's SMP status. The ministry is committed to continue to working with the regulator and MTN to constantly review their SMP status and make the necessary adjustments once we achieve the market realignments that we seek with these measures. It has also come to my notice that there is a public call regarding the arbitrary charge or change in data prices by the operators. Let me state for the record that the facts do not support that claim. The NCA has a billing verification system to access the billing integrities of mobile data services. The NCA reports that in the last billing integrity test conducted on mobile data bundles for MTN, Telecel, and AT in Q3 of 2024, it found that 1. All data bundles purchased during the test period were correctly credited and remained intact throughout their validity with no unexpected data losses. 2. Non-expiry data bundles did not expire. And 3. All unused data bundles were rolled over after resubscription. These are the facts from the NCA. The NCA is hereby directed to conduct a billing integrity test for data services and to provide quarterly reports to the ministry starting from Q3. The NCA must check data billing for scenarios involving popular apps and websites. And if operators are found to be billing inaccurately, appropriate sanctions should be applied. In conclusion, I am confident we will see further drops in the actual prices of the data offerings when the Finance Ministry takes action on the tax handles in the sector. I'm continuing my engagements with the Honorable Finance Minister to get his approval for the rationalization of some components in the tax buildup in the sector. If we are able to have a proper rationalization of the taxes, we should see a drop in the almost 39% tax buildup in the price of data in the country. If that drops, we would insist that the telcos pass that on to their customers. Another area I am vigorously pursuing is with the Minister of Energy and Green Transitions and the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission. If we are granted a telecom tariff for the sector, it will lead to further price drops for offerings currently available. Because until they give us a telecom tariff, as the mining sector has, the cost of delivering the service will continue to be inhibitive. I remain committed to delivering on the mandate of the ministry as entrusted into my care by His Excellency the President. I will continue to engage robustly with stakeholders in the sector to protect their investments in Ghana and make Ghana a friendly destination for investment. But I encourage them to invest more. Ultimately, my heart is with the people of Ghana. I will serve you with heart, with sweat, and with blood, and we will fix the mess that I have inherited in this ministry. So help me God. Thank you for your attention, and God bless our homeland Ghana.
Honorable Sam George amayenya nti say data bundle kono enya kwaketwa untimi fiti prekope na wo nkoko eyen kakra na yede eso anu nti na wakacha Ghana for say yema ne bre na wono abeso anu na so na msana Ghana ma ye bre na bundle no to ahwem ayese wahwe nsu agu fam the si ana wa ni nyina adondon na ye bre nti na eguso asoja edigu ni chem emo no so se wunnim na akoma no comment bi pa na emfa kwema na say comment no ase o pese wanu etia ne kakra anu yi anu onu so de baba be ma no na chese enya enu yi ketua na enu ada na yera Sam George efrenhye mudie na wo hwe nhye ya wede egu akwema na otimi sa papa eja na Ghana for ya so de egu ni chem no na ne ho etete ne pama enei de nhye foforo na wede aba abetu dwa na yera Sam George nhye wede ba ye no ene se MTN no ene omo de oham chemu dunum 50% ena ede atoso. 81st na band na uto 350 Ghana cedis na wunya 92.88 gigabytes. First na wunya. Ene inso ubata no 399 Ghana cedis na ehuli ekwo 214 gigabytes. Wow. Na say aka 1 Ghana cedi pe na 400 Ghana cedis. Ubenya 214 gigabytes. Ompe we na peka ya motuom. Na sanso so ena Telecel Ghana no womo atumu ohanumu edu 10% ohanchemu du 10% na omode ato Telecel Ghana so enti anu so first no na oya 190 gigabytes ene obeto no 400 Ghana cedis no ubenya 250 gigabytes. Wow. Telecel Ghana no obeto no 400 Ghana cedis na wanya 250 gigabytes and the 1st July enye 190 gigabytes biem oto 400 Ghana cedis ubenya 250 gigabytes. Eye ni gisemaye pa sanso so na AirtelTigo no omo atumu ohanumu nchemu edu 10% ena omo de atoso first no na wonso woye no 195 gigabytes enei uba ton 400 Ghana cedis ubenya 236 gigabytes emodu no chema osi we no enye semsuo no enchehwimhwim se afebo na wunyusu ikura ebeda so ataso ye ma won kaye se wa yusu ayebete ye nye wo se dabi osi we no wo ya egusu afebo obia enti enfri so enti we ya 400 Ghana cedis bundle na wunya 236 gigabytes e de ma AirtelTigo na 10 years kwa na wunyusu ya o bundle no bekoso e de amawo ene Ghana for ye ni Japan e fa nhyehyɛ ya eye communication minister yera Sam George odi egu akwan mu efri bra yesu gu no so na ye bo na chi kansem de gu no so ni nyina na o ka che ye yenya blow na MTN na say AirtelTigo na say Telecel na yesu se o montete bundle ne so mfama ye no enye sa kwa eye process gradually no so mo fama ade e reduce enema e de maye eno na ne o mo de ho hyehyeye abegu akwan mu ama ene Ghana for so say enhyehyeye a wode aba no ebeboa ye pan yie oya ebeboa wa ma wo so udwuma pese udi bia no etimi akotote ne wano ede amawo ene we nso ne ani gisema ne Ghana ma yate efa yera Sam George communication minister enhyehyeye power de agu akwamade afa Telecel Ghana AirtelTigo na MTN bundle na yusu no on the 1st July start on the 1st July nti 1st July no nyame ya adom ne da so tinkwam na opese opeche sa bando yi bia otoya kinkulo na nhyehyɛ ya wode betu dwa no abetom pepepepepe wose we nya atro tro do na wose ho ebsom oman Ghana bibia so so na yente ase no ye ma na so ente na wode nhyehyɛ ye panso begu akwam de amagana fo nyina aha Kafaba Media mesem na ma subscribe page no I like video sa share comment amaye se na de update bi aba mo sabetumi akabi me dey da che hima ekua kwa asema makram